the NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Always a fun time of the season. The race for the postseason kicks into high gear.
Yeah, this is when the pack starts to split apart. The true contenders come to light, and the teams that might have looked good early start to fade.
And the Clippers starting five. Man in at shooting guard with George at small forward. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. And it's Harden in at the one spot.
Kawhi just wanted that one more. He hustled to get that follow-up shot.
Edwards drives in. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get your better score some easy looks so they can start to establish themselves.
Now here's Harden. Coming off a stellar performance against Washington. No good with the triple. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And it seemed inevitable that they were going to lose that game with how they struggled, but in the end, they had an opportunity to win it.
It was just an off game for them, to say the least, but to almost pull it out was impressive in its own right.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And that one's good. Towns.
Exceptional pass from Conley. Love seeing him involve his guys like this.
The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Smitty, we know when it comes to the Clippers, they seem to go as Kawhi Leonard goes.
No doubt, Kevin. The only year they didn't make the playoffs with him, he was hurt. But when he's healthy, they are dangerous.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the game here.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Now, here is George. McDaniels defending. George passes to Man. Goes up to the stripe, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Good work there as it goes.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Passes it to George. Zubac with the screen for George. Minnesota with the rebound. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
And the Clippers have possession after the missed 3 from Karl Anthony Towns. 6 to shoot. And Leonard gets it to go. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pulls up on the elbow. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Shoots over Towns, and it's Leonard missing.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Left side, Towns. Gobert somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
You can't cheat size. Rudy Gobert knows he has the advantage inside against just about everyone.
Now here's Leonard. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in that win against Washington. Shoots over Towns. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Here's the 3. A nice shot by McDaniels.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Harden the pass to Leonard. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Gobert. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Looking very comfortable on the interior. Gobert gets his.
1:56 left in the first. Conley against Harden from deep three-point territory. Gobert pulls it in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Now here's Leonard, following the miss by Michael Conley. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. Towns for three, and another three for Minnesota.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now here's Leonard. 10 points for him. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for McDaniels. Morris checked in for Alexander Walker. And Morris subbed in for Mike Conley. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Zubac. Amir Coffey comes in for George. Norman Powell's checked in for Mann. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for James Harden. Okay, time now for an injury report. And now to the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who has an update for us on Anthony Edwards. What's the news there, Dave?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer, and honestly, it looks pretty serious right now. And, of course, that would be a brutal loss for this team if he misses any time, as they're getting ready for the end of the season. Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
I know he'll fight back hard to get back on the floor. He wants to be out here with his teammates.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Morris with the bucket.
He's been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Westbrook kicks to Powell. To stop the run. Another miss by Westbrook. Morris outside. This one for three. And it is good! The buzzer! Wow!
Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
He had to rush that one a little, but terrific stroke from range.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Timberwolves lead by 19. From Target Center, back in a moment. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
They came out firing from deep. It's always good for a team's confidence when you can start a game that hot.
You also have to admire how they challenge the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Out on the wings for him, Powell and George. Plumlee out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Westbrook in at the one. Timberwolves leading by 19 points. After two consecutive first-round exits, Greg, the Timberwolves are looking to take that next step.
And with Anthony Edwards at the helm, I think they will soon. But you have to remember, he is only 22 years old. And when your star is that young, you typically have to endure some growing pains before breaking through.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. Morris with the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Powell. Still without a basket. Pass to George. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Brown is checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's the Clippers with the ball. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's screen.
Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Portland Trailblazers. Then on Thursday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers.
And for the matchup with the Lakers, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Minnesota making a switch here. McLaughlin's checked in. Three-pointer sinks the triple. Tucker's got 5 points in the quarter.
P.J. Tucker is a lights-out three-ball specialist. The D must respect his range.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And here's Morris for three. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
George, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
For three. They get it back. Out to Morris. A second chance effort. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
George, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And McLaughlin gets it to go. And with the big collisions we see in the paint, and Greg, there are some have argued for changing the charge rule. Did you see that?
You know, there's talk of extending the restricted area. I've even heard some say ban charges by help defenders. I like the former idea. That seems less extreme.
And there's Paul George on the assist by Westbrook.
A great spot on the floor for Paul George. He's had time to perfect that mid-range.
Fires away from way outside. That shot's off. He's made half and missed half of his 8 shots. Pass to Pop. And there's the goal on Karl Anthony Towns. That is his first foul of the game. And Greg, while the commissioner might not like player trade requests, Kevin Durant said it's great for the league for players to have that leverage. Where do you stand?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. The main thing is trying to keep those requests in-house. Otherwise, it can be deflating for fans.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Harden against Morris. Harden's shot is off.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Conley gets the bucket.
And Mike Conley can do this now. He can play off the ball and punish the defense for giving him space.
Los Angeles has gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. 9 feet out, Gobert with the block. On the wing, Morris, guarded by Harden. Fires from deep. And Michael Conley good for 3. Conley's got 8.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harden, no good off the back of the rim.
He's been scoreless for a while now. They're still trailing here. They might want to move to some other options offensively.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Rudy Gobert is a fierce competitor. He says the average fan might not understand what I bring to the table, but the GMs in the league do. I want to be the best defensive player of all time. I want to be a force, and I want to win championships. I've got to set the tone every night. Kevin?
And he does. He is a stopper, no doubt about it. David, thank you.
Keep your balance on D. Westbrook can do some funny things to you.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Wizards.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. Towns for three. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Harden scanning the floor. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Edwards has come in for Anderson. The Clippers also making some changes. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Paul George. Man subbed in for Powell. Now the pass to Conley. To the wing right side. Towns for three. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 6 assists now in the game. Clippers shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Connects from three-point range. Harden's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Conley. Towns. Wide open. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot clock, ending the quarter the right way.
A big-time effort for Monte Morris, providing a lot of energy for the Timberwolves. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now. Thank you, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, if you go by the rankings, the teams look even. But to be honest, I don't think that tells the whole story, Shaq. I mean,
Now let's talk about that first half. It's been a runaway success for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Monte Morris. He's been really playing well.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
He's been vital to spacing the floor for them. Makes everything else you want to do easier to accomplish.
The wing set for him, Edwards and McDaniels. The two towering figures inside for him, Towns and Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
And when you watch Edwards, expect him to get his, a prolific scorer.
Harden kicks to George. Outside Leonard, shoots over Towns, and Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. And load management, a term, Greg, that's been associated with the Clippers.
And Kawhi rightfully managing his return from ACL injury with care. It's harder to build chemistry when guys are out, but it's all about staying healthy for the postseason.
And Edwards drops them both.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on 2 things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
Man passes to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
High post shot, and again it's Minnesota.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
Harden against Conley. Tries from 10. From deep, George. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Edwards with it, and it's Harden picking him up. Edwards dishes to Conley. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Right side Leonard for the 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Edwards passing to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Harden against Conley. Screen by Zubac. Harden the pass to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one is on Towns.
The nuances that Kawhi has added to his game. That time, the little up fake.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Terrence Mann. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Takes the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Shoots, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Outside Westbrook. No good on the 3. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. Morris with the bucket.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
To the paint, here's George. And George with the stuff.
Outstanding dunk from Paul George. This is why the defense can't let him get too deep.
For Minnesota, they've got nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime.
Injuries have hampered Paul George over the last few years, but when he's healthy, he's elite.
Greg, he's still a go-to option offensively who can guard the league's top wings. And as he's aged, he's really embraced a leadership role. They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
A 3 from Morris, and again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. Leonard with the bucket.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
Minnesota's gotten the 3 ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. A 3 from Morris. The rebound by Harden. LA's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Harden. 6 points for Russell Westbrook.
Right at the basket is where Westbrook wants to be. He is fearless about going inside.
Morris outside. Here's Minot. Here's Reed. And the layup is good. Reed's got his first points of the game.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Harden kicks to Westbrook. Harden with a screen on Morris. Westbrook finds Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Releases. Harden. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 5.
And Harden seeks out contact. Sometimes it seems like he prefers to try to score through it.
And so it's Minnesota holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Out on the wings for him, Powell and George. On out there with Plumlee, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Connects again from distance.
He's got this defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for 3-pointers in a single game. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And here's Morris for 3. The Clippers shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
Never forget what Russ can do in the air. He can be so agile.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee. Morris checked in for Minnesota. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Harden's checked in. Greg, taking a look at Monte Morris for a second. You got to be inspired by his terrific story.
I mean, from late 2nd round pick to a seasoned NBA player, Morris never gave up on himself and continues to impress with each passing season.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Anderson. Basket counts.
Trying to become a better scorer on all 3 levels. This time, Anderson attacking the interior.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. We love the fact that the NBA is constantly evolving. Greg, what have you thought of the recent schedule adjustments?
I think the league's done a great job cutting down on the back-to-backs. And also, I like these 2-game, like baseball-style series we've seen. Limiting travel helps big time.
Anderson with the screen for Morris. The 3. Plumlee with the rebound. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. George, no good. The Timberwolves shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Moore finds Morris. No good from outside.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
Always nice to see PG dropping a dime, putting this excellent vision on the floor to good use.
Up top, Reed. He's guarded by Plumlee. Back to Reed. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Morris against Westbrook. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
For a number of seasons, Russell Westbrook has averaged double-digit assists.
For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Alexander Walker passes to Morris. Powell pulls it in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Minnesota's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
To the inside. And the dunk by Westbrook.
No doubt about it, he has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Morris looking over the floor. That one falls. Morris has got 43 points.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. On the wing, George. GA, is it me, or does it feel like we've had more parity in the league the last few seasons?
Well, Kevin, the playoffs have been pretty hard to predict lately. I will give you that. There's been only one repeat champion in the past decade. It's a competitive league.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Miller's checked in, and then for Los Angeles. Zubats is checked in for Plumlee. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Norman Powell. Mann subbed in for Russell Westbrook. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. In the corner, Harden. And the three ball is good.
And this is what the offense is designed to produce. Slipping Harden into the corner for a three. That's money.
Here's Morris. Good work defensively by Harden. The Clippers shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
4 on the clock, stolen by Anderson. Morris outside, and there's the drive. Yep, that one goes. Morris has got 47 points.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Here's Leonard, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A guy who excels on both ends. Kawhi is the ultimate leader.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Einad's checked in, and Moore subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Timberwolves on offense. Here's McLaughlin. Launches it. Traps in the tray.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
And it's Leonard missing. Here's McLaughlin. From the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a support.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.